How's it going? This is the Marietta House. We got a little stuff. This is the Marietta House in Glen Dale, and I'm here. I'm William. Felipe is behind the camera.
Hello.
We are here to do a little bit of location scouting. We're at the Marietta House right now in Glen Dale, Maryland. It's a beautiful little place. It's super quiet, awesome place for a little walk. Bring the kids. Actually, don't bring the kids. It's kind of boring for kids.
For kids, yeah. I mean, it's a nice walk.
Anyway,
nice outing.
One of my favorite things about this spot, actually, let's walk back for a minute. I want to look at this pathway. Already is this pathway where this light is it's speckled through, and it just creates these great leading lines, and there's these like big brick buildings end up towering in the distance, and they look really good. So a lot of the times when we come to this location, one of the first shots we do is right here, because it puts so much of the interesting things back there. And if you're here in the late afternoon like we are today, this light is all coming in from behind. So like if I stand in this spot here with a little bit of this light coming in from behind me, it creates this really nice sort of soft backlighting that looks great. I would Felipe. I feel like Felipe. I feel like the last couple of times you and I have shot here together,
right?
You have liked this spot.
Yeah.
It's never been one of my favorites.
Sure. I think it's a great. There's not a lot of spots here where you're just welcome to sit down. So I very much heavily use those stairs for kind of getting some stuff that I know I might not be able to get later on. There's not a lot of great sitting, you either doing the grass or some stairs, and so it's just a great spot to just, get some stuff like full body seated, Yeah. And the brick is always great. So
I think what I think it is. I think it's because I have a tendency to want to square my shots with doors.
Right.
Like we've got this door and we've got these stairs.
Right.
Like I want to put people right on the stairs, or really just use all of these angles and square them out so that
right.
it I don't know, it looks even. And I think it's just kind of boring. Like the door
Sure.
itself isn't that interesting.
Sure, I got you.
So yeah, I think that's the reason I don't like it. But you've often shot this spot more like at an angle.
Yeah, at an angle.
Kind of like.
Sure. No, and I mean from back here I like this angular, like being able to see the building and what's behind it. Nice little warming up spot, Yeah.
This I really like.
Of course.
This is really cool.
It's not boring. You gotta have triangles, yeah.
So these here are the other stairs that Felipe
Yeah.
was talking about.
I prefer shooting the opposite direction here though.
Really, like you would prefer to shoot from like this
From
side,
a high angle to back here because all the green.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a nice little between break, clean break. It frames the subject really nicely.
We did an engagement session. This was probably like 5 years ago now. We did an engagement session here.
It's a great spot right there.
And there's a tree just up the way a little bit that they actually climbed, and we got this really amazing photo of them like sitting in a tree.
I remember climbing through this brick here just to get some shots of the tree with them. It was awesome.
they were really enthusiastic. In fact, this dip, this little dip in the branch right here.
Right.
They climbed up all the way up this tree and onto that dip, and then Felipe got on that brick wall there. He climbed up on that brick wall.
And then you got one from back all the way back there, right? Yeah, no, this is nice, this corridor right here. Just the depth, so you can see some of this brick. You get real close up to here, and the lines just direct you right at the subject. It's real great. It's a nice spot.
They got a little sprinkler going.
I'll run through it.
Will you?
Yeah.
How many likes do we got to get for you to run through the sprinkler? Oh, our mad lads. So it's cool, we go from this historic brick and well-maintained stuff to this, this this kind of like rustic barn looking type thing. It's right over here. There's this like bamboo, this like little bamboo forest thing going on. It's just it's a cool backdrop. Like stuff doesn't, I don't know, just all these like this densely packed vertical lines and stuff, and it's pretty cool. This I really like. So this is an interesting spot too. There's these like huge trees. I mean, at least for this area, you know, these are just, they're interesting looking trees, like crazy root systems, and we've got these other big trees here. Just gigantic.
They kind of line up too, which is great too,
yeah,
for certain shots.
And it's cool too because in the late afternoon we get these like big sun splotches, and we got these gravestones.
Right, which, you know, this is the Halloween spot, you know, every time. No. Yeah, we don't usually take pictures with the gravestones. Not really.
You know, maybe sometimes. All right, so we're gonna walk down this hill toward the kind of the other part of the property, which is not as densely packed with interesting stuff. This is a stellar spot. Like this looks really good with the staircase. Yeah, so there's this cool little like pile of rocks. Probably used to be a wall or something.
I forgot you were going to the back.
And it just looks really good. And that door, like I like the door on the back a lot more than the one on the front.
This would be, I mean, I'm assuming that the sun would be behind the.
Yeah, the sun's kind of like over that way.
And so it really, I mean, changes the shot entirely if we were here in the morning. But
yeah,
as it is right now, it looks great too with a lot of the really brightness that comes from the sun.
This is just massive, and like it's got these branches that just don't quit.
Yeah, they come down.
They come down so low.
Right, and so it extends away from the tree too.
And it makes a nice place to, you know, you get kids sitting down in there, you get a couple kind of sitting down in this like soft green, or you bring them over to these like low hanging branches. So this looks really good, and one of the best spots is actually like just further away.
Right.
You know, get the tree itself. You know, making it the background. Ooh, just looks amazing.
And also, I mean, the fact that they call the green behind the tree is also a different shade.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
That divides the picture like really nicely.
We kind of hate when photos are just all green.
Right.
And it gets really old really fast, and it gives the whole picture this kind of like green color cast. It's not great. But here it doesn't do that so much because, like Felipe was just saying, we've got like different shades of green and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Felipe, can you do a cartwheel?
Let's find out.
Felipe's gonna find out if he can do a cartwheel.
Ah!
Yeah.
I'm
gonna give you a B+.
That's my attempt at a cartwheel.
Mostly because I don't know what an A+ looks like. Pavilion? It's like
it's like a pavilion. Yeah, it's a barn pavilion. I'm doing audio effects.
Is it cool? I can't tell from where I am.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. As you can see, this barn makes for a great place to put in your subjects. Put on your subjects. Put your subjects in.
I like this a lot. I really like forest scenes. I really like forest scenes with like a lot of low growth, but not a lot of stuff. Like I want to be able to see right into the forest, but I don't want to feel like I could walk through it. And that's exactly what this is. We can see all these like well-defined trees, but there's all this low growth. It's just I don't know. It's just my taste. Yeah, you know, Felipe touched on a really good point earlier. You know, this is a sort of location where almost all of the best stuff is localized up that hill at the mansion. You know, I mean, like you could spend the entire time within 25 feet of that mansion and you would get everything that you wanted, and it looks really good. As we get down here, like Felipe was saying, there's a lot of walking and there's a lot of dead space in between. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the live streaming event. Event is perhaps too strong a word. Maybe we'll come up with a new word for it. Anyway,
We'll bring it up.
hope you had a good time. I know I definitely had a good time. Felipe, did you have a good time?
Oh, I got a great time.
How good of a time?
Great time. This is great.
So it could be better. I get it. That's fine. So, anyway, once again,
Thanks for joining.
thanks for joining.
Yeah,
Like this page if you don't already.
that's right.
Like and subscribe. That's what our YouTube friends say. Like
what
and
you gotta say.
subscribe. Something like that.
Right.
Anyway, I'm William. This
I'm
is
Felipe.
Felipe. Oh, sorry. This
That's
is
all good, Felipe.
Felipe. And we'll see you next time.